Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm here to talk about my story and the story of many other girls from Pakistan. I was 13, going to school. One of my cousin, almost my age, she was told she cannot go to school anymore. She will be pulled out of the school because she's getting married at the age of 13. She was dreaming to become a pilot, but she ended up marrying a man 15 years older than her. Her dreams were shattered. I was shocked. Now, let me take you, though I assume all of you are well-traveled and therefore you are here, but let me take you to a part of the world which I assume you have less traveled. The northwest of Pakistan, where the life for girls is very difficult, one of the most difficult parts of the world for women. 30%, this figure shows the number of women who have been able to go to school. 70% of the women and girls, they have not been able to go to school, thus almost having no control over their own lives. The militant groups in the last few years have destroyed more than 700 schools, out of which 400 schools were for girls. And as a result, in many areas of the province, the literacy rate even fell to zero. Zero literacy rate for girls. 70%. It is the number of the girls in Pakistan who get married before the age of 16. To be able to vote, to be able to drive, and to be able to open a bank account, the legal age is 18. You are not, so at the age of 16, girls are considered older enough to get married and start producing babies, but young enough to have citizens' rights. 90%, this is the percentage of the women who face domestic abuse in one stage or another stage of their lives. If I keep on talking about the statistics, the shocking statistics are unlimited. So I will go back to my story. I was born in an incredible family, but even then, life was not as easy for me as for my brothers. Though I was going to school, but after the school, I was supposed to stay at home and help my mother while my brothers could go in the street and they could play cricket. I was actually jealous. I would say, what's actually wrong? Why my brothers can go in the street and can play cricket? But what's being wrong in a girl that I have to stay back at home? What's wrong in being with a girl that she has to leave her dreams and get married with a man elder 15 years than her? I started questioning it. I started talking to my sister about it and to other girls in the neighborhood. Because I didn't want what happened to my cousin. I didn't want it happen to any other girl. I didn't want a single other girl to be taken out of the school so that she can get married. I didn't want any other girl's dream to be shattered. So I started talking about it to the girls and to other women. And I soon realized that many girls have actually internalized the discriminations. They have started believing that it is natural, it is their fate to be discriminated and have this life. But I and my sister were hopeful. We knew that change is possible because we have had amazing women leaders in Pakistan as well, like Benazir Bhutto. So we were hopeful. So I and my sister, then at the age of 16, started an organization, Aware Girls, with the purpose of providing a platform to young women and girls of Pakistan where they can strengthen their leadership skills, where they can learn how to negotiate for their rights within their families and can learn how to negotiate, how to act as agents of change in their communities. At Aware Girls, we aim to empower young women so that they can have equal access to education, so that they can have equal access to employment, to health, and to other social services. And to achieve this aim, to make this dream come true, we are using different strategies, such as we are establishing girls' power clubs. Girls' power clubs are leadership incubators in which we educate girls about human rights, we strengthen their leadership skills, and then they run their own campaigns, mentored by aware girls. They run their own campaigns on bringing the change in their communities they want to see. We are also doing different programs, such as organizing dialogues for girls with the political parties so that they can meet directly with the political leaders and can tell them what exactly they want to see in the policies for themselves. We are also running a helpline which actually helps women who are victims of gender violence and abuse, because we believe that making education accessible to girls, it is very important also to work on factors which prevent women from getting into school, which prevent women from getting education. So there are a number of programs which we are working on, and I will leave it later to the conversation. The journey of working on empowering girls had been a very fascinating and also a very difficult journey, but I will leave it later to the conversation. What I want to focus on is that when a girl is educated and empowered, she does not only change her own life and dynamics of her own life, but she also changes the dynamics of her family and her community. If we invest in girls' education, only then we can expect to achieve development goals and to have a world free of war. If we ignore more than 50% population of the world, then we should not expect to live in a decent, developed, and war-free world. As we know that major discoveries and major changes in the world started by asking smaller questions. For example, Newton asked the question, why the apple always falls on the ground and not towards the sky? So here I will say, let's start asking smaller questions. Why so many girls are out of the school? Why so many women are getting married before the age of 16? Why women are facing violence? And why today, even in 2014, we're talking about girls and women? Why? Asking these questions will bring us towards the change we want to see. So speaking up was not easy. It was at a cost, and the cost was living in life-threatening situation, facing life risks. But I encourage you to speak about it, because silence always perpetuates silence, and speaking up about the issues create more space for sharing, create more awareness, and create change. A small change, but a humble change. I have made promise to myself that I will break the silence, and I hope you too. Thank you.